You're tuned into Floridian Rollo. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? Coming at you with another video. We're going to talk about 14-year-old Bryson Muir is found. He's in custody with CPS in Indianapolis, Indiana. And they did a raid over there earlier today. We're going to get to the report in a minute. Make sure you get the lights up, share the video, and make sure you be on point in the comment section, particularly the mods. Watch out for anybody say anything out of pocket. I want them to be blocked, permanently blocked. This is a serious discussion. You see, the last few months, D. Dowell disrespected Pastor Rufus, wanted to sacrifice Pastor Rufus. Pastor Rufus was supposed to go to Indiana to meet with this abuser who abused his son, who is autistic. He was with his grandmother, the woman that Muir dealt with. Basically, my goodness, basically, she knew about this, probably been abused more likely too. Grandmother did a great job of reporting it. You got D. Dowell and his cohortness over there saying that don't believe everything on the news. He thinks he's Trump. He's not Trump, by the way. I mean, this is crazy. And it's not going to stop there. They're going to investigate all the straightway, even overseas eventually. Now, I do believe that D. Dowell's on because he talks about Fast Wednesday, and he loves the attention, right? He loves the attention. What we're going to do is, I'm going to show you on the phone what's going on, and we're going to break it down. So here we go.
In 13 News at noon with breaking news. A missing 14-year-old boy and the son of former Colts player Daniel Muir has been found safe this morning by Indiana State Police in Logansport. Bryson's parents, Kristen and Daniel Muir, now both arrested. Kristen faces a preliminary charge of obstruction of justice. Daniel faces preliminary.
That's serious accounts. He faced serious accounts and she faced one account. He's facing multiple serious accounts, okay? Let's continue.
Charges of obstruction of justice and domestic battery. Right now, our Rich Nye is in Logansport outside of Cass County Jail following the latest developments. And Rich, what have you learned so far?
Karen, Daniel and Kristen Muir are currently in the Cass County Jail awaiting a hearing. That happens at 1 o'clock here in the Cass County Government Building behind me. And at that hearing, they'll find out if perhaps they will get a bond so that they can post bond and be released today before the July 4th holiday. Now, early this morning, the Indiana State Police SWAT team, they executed a search warrant on this property about 6 a.m. This is in Logansport. This is where the Muir family lives. The property is owned by Servant Leaders Foundation. The religious group that lives and meets here is called Straightway Indiana Goshen. Daniel Muir is the pastor and the leader of that group. Bryson's grandmother reported alleged abuse of the 14-year-old boy back on June 16th while he was visiting her home in the Cleveland, Ohio area. She provided a photo to police of Bryson with a black eye and a swollen face. And she said Bryson told her that his dad caused the injuries as a punishment he deserved. She believed the abuse happened on the Logansport property, and police have been trying to locate the boy for 18 days. It appears Bryson was likely here on this property the whole time, but the parents were not cooperating with the investigation and allegedly backed out of a meeting with the state police last Friday to bring Bryson to investigators to talk about the investigation. That led police to getting that search warrant this morning and going onto the property. And again, Bryson was found. He is safe and well, and police say that the parents were taken into custody without incident.
Just nothing but positive vibes. Here we are, trying to find this child, make sure that he's alive and well, and ultimately after 3 weeks of, reaching out, yeah, he was found and located, so definitely a win in our books.
Daniel Muir was arrested for domestic battery and obstruction of justice. His wife, Kristen, was arrested for obstruction of justice. Daniel played for the Indianapolis Colts for 4 seasons, ending in 2011. And again, Daniel and Kristen Muir have a bond hearing. That's today at 1 o'clock here at the Cass County Government Building. I'll be at that hearing to have the very latest for you on WTHR tonight. And Bryson Muir is currently in the custody of the Indiana Department of Child Services here in Cass County, Karen.
All right, thank you, Rich Now reporting live for us in Logansport. It's been a long, exhaustive search. We're just thankful that Bryson has finally been found safe. And as we continue to follow this breaking news.
You see what's going on? You see what's going on here? I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. It's crazy. The volume is low. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? What's low? Can you hear me loud and clear? I got my mic on, so what's going on? Can you hear me loud and clear? I see everything that's good over here. What volume is low? What volume is low? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What volume is low? Put my phone right here. What volume is low? Because can you hear me loud and clear, Grayson? Can you hear me loud and clear, Grayson? Okay, you can hear loud and clear. Listen, y'all. This ain't looking good for D-Dowell. This ain't looking good for Straightway. And this ain't looking good for the men over there at all, whatsoever. Ain't looking good for y'all. Because just say y'all many men, y'all this and that and the third, y'all been going at other YouTubers, and now you have an issue with the government of what they doing. At the end of the day, you abuse a young man, particularly also have autistic, have disability, can't really speak up for himself for the most part. He had enough sense to let his grandmother know what's going on, comfortable to tell her what happened. And he went back with the moms wearing the getaway car, and then he's gonna play I Don't Want to Go In because they didn't want to see that bruise. Anyway, it doesn't matter, the evidence stands. You make yourselves more guilty. I don't believe they're gonna get bailed out. We'll find out if they did get bailed out. They can't leave the state. They confiscated their passports. They confiscated majority of the land. And sooner or later, D-Dowell will have to go up there because he's in charge. Well, his name is not in charge. Well, somebody gonna say he in charge. It's all gonna go down to Tennessee eventually. It's a matter of when. And I said earlier, 2-3 months ago, this summer, Straightway will be investigated. I said that. I did say that. And I said it precisely, clearly. I said D-Dowell, the Indiana thing, particularly, because they wanted to sacrifice Rufus in Indiana. That was the whole deal. They told Rufus, you go to D-Dowell's videos, and he admitted that he wanted Rufus to go to Indiana to be punished, severely punished by the abuser that abused his son. I told my ex a year and a half ago I said D Dower is in the industry. He's down with certain people. And at the time I said that, she looked at me like I was crazy. And I still stick to it this day. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Well, Rollo used to say he's doing this, he's doing that. Yeah, I did back then. I still had it in the back of my mind. I was just waiting to see if I was telling the truth. And I was telling the truth. You see, now what's gonna happen is when they take down all straightway eventually, it's gonna be hard for those who have a land. You on the list too. You on the list. Be mindful, be cognizant. I would suggest not to get on anybody's land to begin with, especially the way this is going. This is not looking good. They're going to use this, and the whole world's seeing it, not because he's an athlete. It has nothing to do because he's an athlete. He's a so-called black man who can't control himself, can't control the community, over drinking. The neighbors is already complaining about them. They're gonna say more about what be going on. They already saying that the children, they be yelling at the children, screaming at the children. The neighbors not too far from the land. It's a matter of time before a lot of former members of Straightway will be coming out the woodworks doing YouTube videos, may have evidence or have experienced the abuse. It's a matter of when and matter of how. D Dollar, no matter how many videos of you showing you with your children, you admitted on your own video that CPS was called 3 times by your quote-unquote family members. This is why you gotta be careful when people tell you to be away from certain people, to get involved with them. You gotta be careful when people tell you to separate from certain people and you get involved with them, because now, if things don't work out, nobody knows what happens to you. And that's what you're gonna start seeing. Ain't nobody going to these lands. Ain't nobody going to be living on no land anytime soon at all. That is over with. You can forget about it because this has spread. It's going to make a lot of women think. It's going to make a lot of women with children or women single. Do they really want to get with a man in the truth? When they see you ain't different than no Pookie and Ray Ray, you overly religious. Let me see what you're saying. They on live defending Daniel Muir and his case. It's going to end up dramatic. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how people defending that over there. You got a lot of retrobate people in America. You got a lot of retrobate people in America, for real, for real. A lot of retrobate people, man. For crying out loud, the young man is autistic. Even if he wasn't autistic, you have no right to hit the man. Forcing him to do things, screaming and yelling, smacking him in the face. You can look at this former football player and can tell he's not up there mentally. It's a matter of time before these women come out and tell it. And not being feared, their phones being taken away, they can't talk to their own mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers. Nobody knows what's going on with these people. This is becoming sickening. The internet for the so-called black people Once again, the so-called black man has to take another L because you're embarrassing yourself time after time after time after time after time. These ain't no allegations, D. Dowd. And all these people defending you are demons in disguise. You're gonna say the news is lying? Why are you not up there in Indiana? That's your right hand man. Why are you not there? Why are you not up there in Indiana, D. Dowd? Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding the comfort of your Tennessee arrangements? Or you just looking forward to your mansion? You ain't thinking about these people. You don't care about the people. You care about yourself. That's all you care about. You don't care about what's going on up in Indiana. You don't care what's going on in Ohio. You don't care what's going on with none of these people. All these people were blabbing their gums 2-3 weeks ago. Pop and talk. They got nothing to say. All deflection after deflection after deflection after deflection. That's what's going on. All deflection after deflection after deflection. Let's get another news clip. Okay? Let's get another news clip. Because I'm not going to be on too long with this. 1 second. Let's get to it. It's another one. Before we get there, let's hear what D. Dowd, narcissistic, had to say. Hold on, let me get this out. Let's hear what D. Dowd, narcissistic, had to say. Because he had a lot of narcissistic to say today.
Well, I can tell you one thing that the news media is adding jelly and spin and stuff, because I just got finished hearing from the Israelites up there at Straightway Goshen again. They said that they have Ella Robin in custody, but that's not true. That's not true. Again, they came up there during morning prayer.
What do you mean it's not true they're not in custody? Are you saying the photos is a lie? Hold on, let me rewind. Let's rewind. Hold on.
Well, I can tell you one thing that the news media is adding jelly and spin and stuff, because I just got finished hearing from the Israelites up there at Straightway Goshen again. They said that they have Ella Robin in custody, but that's not true. That's not true. Again, they came up there during morning prayer. And mind you, this is over an allegation. All this is over an allegation. And this is crazy. So they came up there with Imran Bearcat during morning prayer, batting rams, kind of like almost reminds you of what's that, Waco? Just about it almost does. Almost kind of reminds you of Waco.
He laughing about this. This is funny to him. This is funny. He's talking about Waco back in 1991. This is funny to him. He don't take this serious until it knocks on his door. Then he gonna take it serious.
Exception, it's a little bit different this time right here. So anyway, they come out there with riot gear, SWAT team, and support, and they put some of the brothers in cuffs and stuff like that. They say for their protection. I wonder who's gonna protect us from them, but anyway, that's what they say. And so when they get it all out there, Pastor Muir is in custody, Sister Kristen is in custody, and Bryson is in custody. So if they're telling y'all out there that they got everybody in custody, like the news media does, putting a spin on it, they are falsifying information. They are flat out lying. So anyway, I'm only reporting this right now as it's taking place just for the Israelites, not for nobody else, just for the Israelites. I could care less what the world says, just for the Israelites. Y'all stay tuned. Looking forward to seeing y'all tonight on Hold Fast Wednesdays with myself and Pastor Corey tonight, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Glory to the King. King is coming.
Whoa. He's moving on with his life. He's moving on his life. He's moving on with his life, y'all. You hear what he's saying? He's moving on with his life. He's moving on with his life. It's clear. He's not going to talk about this anytime soon, more likely. He moving on with his life. He's moving on with his life, y'all. That dude don't care about nobody else. As long as you give him that big old money, get his Maybach taken care of, all his cars that he's getting from the people. They don't care about that young man. He care about his pockets being fed, fattening his belly. That's all he cares about. The abuse he did to the autistic man. The abuse. Totally uncalled for. Oh, when they get him in prison, if he gets locked up, they gonna get his behind in prison. They gonna get him. Them dudes in prison do not like when you abuse a child in general, especially also autistic. And it's on the news. And it's in the prison news too. And I heard through the grapevine, Indiana State Police prison is one of the worst prisons to be in America. Out there in the nowhere's land. Ooh wee. And they gonna be pissed off with his woman. Because instead of her standing up to this sucker, she going along. A woman's supposed to love her son unconditionally. She look like she got her breaks. I mean, she gonna testify against him eventually. She gonna have to. She ain't gonna get her son back. She knows she ain't getting her son back. Once it goes to Child Protection Service, and if it goes to the grandma, which it should, she should be getting serious protection. Just saying, I'm just saying. In Indiana, you can't carry. Well, it's not a stand your ground law. I mean, we'll see what happens. Let me see what y'all saying. Well, he can't go to, he's gonna have to keep his eyes open then, because they may not get him face to face. They can get him while he's sleeping, I'll tell you that. They can get him while he's sleeping. He's gonna have to keep his eyes open. He's gonna have to keep his eyes open. Ain't no more sleeping in that comfort in Indiana Goshen. Them days could be over. Them days could be over. They're not getting the son back regardless. They're not getting the son back regardless. Them days of him sleeping comfort is over. Over. Better believe it. They may not, hand-to-hand combat. You know what I'm talking about? They're not getting him hand-to-hand combat. I get what you're saying. He gotta sleep. I don't think they're gonna put him in a protection thing either. They pissed off that he didn't show up when they asked him to show up. They pissed off. You don't piss off those people, man. They don't like to be disrespected. He had sought their intelligence. He thought it was going to be waved off because of who he is, status in this world. No. No, it don't work like that. D. Dow, that's your right-hand man. You out there drinking probably right now, drinking about Fast Wednesday, using the scriptures, got everybody on your side. You fattening your pockets on Patreon. Telling you, man, it's a cold, cold world. He don't care about his partner. He don't care what happens to him. He might give it to somebody else to take over, or might sell the land and get some money and kick the people out and disperse them in different areas. Who knows? Let's see what you're saying. Alright, so that's pretty much about it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be too long with this. When I get more to update what's going on, I keep you posted. Let's get the Cash App going. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to come back to StreamYards, I need $30 more. I need $30 more and we can have a panel. Y'all know the routine. If you want me to do a StreamYard panel, you have to put up $30 more. We get $30 more, you have yourself a deal. I'll start having the StreamYard panels again. Until otherwise, you're just going to be hearing from me. Until further notice, this is Floridian Rollo signing off. I had to come live on OBS. It's been a minute, but I'm telling you right now, it's not looking good for Straightway. I'm out.